Good day, everyone. It's Meredith, Leon-McCormack, World Bride Magazine. I have someone so special, and I'm going to try not to get excited and raise my voice, go, ah! But this is the one and only Debra Hare-Bey, the one and only Debra. You know, I'm a girl fan for you. Like, I'm just like, Deb.
I love that introduction. I love it.
I think, I have to be honest and tell people that we have a long time relationship, and I think it's got to be over 30, 32, 33 years because my oldest is
Absolutely.
34. And so guys, I'm going to give you a backstory about this gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous woman. I met Debra Hare-Bey on my way back from nail school, and I saw this beautiful salon on Vanderbilt Avenue. We had this beautiful red portrait of a painting of a black woman, and it looked so regal. And then I saw this woman braiding hair, and then I saw another woman next to her cutting a man's hair, and I just had to stop. So I stopped after picking up my nail certificate and I said, "Hey, are you looking for a manicurist?" And Deborah said, "Oh, we actually are looking for someone." And she gave me the opportunity and I sucked. But it was such an experience to be around business women. And I have to be honest, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, in Brooklyn Heights. So I didn't see this level of excellence on a personal. Yes, we saw it on TV. Yes, we saw it from a distance. I heard about it. But to actually be with women, two women that were in business, making a living, own their own store, had their own business was phenomenal. And I just wanted to be around that kind of energy. And we all just took care of each other as family. And they put me in check a lot of time because some of the things that came out of my mouth was woo wee, But Deborah, you are an icon to me. You are an icon to so many people because you, before it became a trend, this trend today in 2026, you were teaching Black women to love their natural hair as is and show them how to manage it, embrace themselves. You were telling these Black women that they were beautiful just the way they are. Did I get that right?
You got it. You got it so right, Meredith. I actually love your version of this whole story. It is an amazing, truthful um, depiction of what happened in the 90s, right? And when I tell you, when I reflect back, I was so pure and so happy and so dedicated to the level of excellence that I only knew. And I only knew it because I was around women. That's all they knew. And I had to be able to reach and stay because if you don't have it, baby, you got to go.
Oh,
Right.
they would let you
And
know
so,
immediately.
absolutely. And so, not on my call, not on my watch, was I going to be the girl that they exit out because I was not at my best, right? And so if I'm at my best, then of course everyone around me, aka Meredith, Nalaj, and all the other people that came into Red Salon, what an
Red
amazing
Salon.
time, Red Creative Art Salon,
Salon.
right? What an amazing time that was. When I think about you, Meredith, because I know you now, what a phenomenal manicurist. And that's just one of the things that you do so well, right? But reflecting back then, how far ahead were we, Meredith, when we had people bring their own kits?
Can you
Their
believe that?
own kits
People were like,
back
"What do
then in
you
the
mean?"
90s.
We were,
Exactly.
and you were doing that with the hair, with the
Yep.
combs. We were doing it with nails. We
Yes.
were ahead of the time when it came to hygiene. We were about
Absolutely.
making sure that everybody felt aesthetically clean and comfortable in their environment. This wasn't an in and out quick job. You
Absolutely
came to
not.
stay, you served refreshments. It was like, relax, you're here,
Yeah.
you're safe. It was a safe
Yeah.
haven that
It
you and Nalasha
was.
created for
It
men
was.
and women, to the
Yeah.
point that men were seeing women get their hair done. And it
Could you
wasn't a
imagine?
foreign thing to them.
It
Like
was not.
it wasn't a
And it
foreign thing.
meshed so well.
Oh my God.
It meshed so
Do you think
well.
about that?
I do. So I think about it in a way that I could never go back because my clients are so spoiled. They have that one-on-one and we both love it. But back then it was interesting how we were able to do that and still have respectable, um, you still feel comfortable, right? Even though
Absolutely.
we had men and women sharing the same space. But
Absolutely.
I think it was the caliber of people that we had, and it was the service, the way we offered it.
And going back to what you just said, the caliber.
The caliber.
These were people with high position
Absolutely.
and they were financial. I remember the young
Yeah.
financial guys, Daryl and
Yeah.
Daryl and Darren
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Reggie. All of these guys were at the top of their game. They
Yeah.
just got out of college, universities.
Yeah.
They were in financial firms. They had position.
They did.
Your husband was in a position that we never even heard of. We were like,
Yeah.
wait, what? It was almost
Yeah.
like he was Secret Service.
Yes. So true. And so, when you think back to that time, Meredith, God, if we had Instagram back then, the story
We
would
could
have been able
tell.
to fully unfold. And we did
Yes.
all of that.
Yep. And the beautiful thing about it, we had celebrities coming in there
In and
that were
out, Meredith.
chilling.
In and out on a regular basis, right? I love that without Instagram, without Facebook,
Yep.
just simply word of mouth, right? Because the level of excellence was there. And
Yep.
not to toot any of our horns, but that was the core of who we were.
Yep.
And that's why coming to work for me every single day was such a joy,
Yes. Yes.
right?
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember just working with who you still work with, Erica
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
having
Yes.
her
Yes.
come to the
Yes.
salon, and
Yes.
you created those
Yeah.
locks for her
Yeah. I
when it
did.
wasn't even. This is, we people think about Friends, huh? Before Friends, living
Absolutely.
single was it.
Absolutely. It
Living
really was.
single.
It
They
really
they
was.
showed women that were lawyers, publishers, writers. It was just like, oh my God.
It was a oh my God moment. I mean, so much so that Erica has the Maxine Shaw effect. And it is
Oh, absolutely.
because so many professional women came up to her and said, it is because of you
That I'm a
that
lawyer.
I have decided to wear my hair natural. As a professional
Yep.
woman, that is major.
And they were lawyers. These were
Yeah.
lawyers. People came
Yeah.
in when they saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They saw that in the Cosby. They were like, because of you,
Yes.
I became a lawyer. It's because of you.
Yes.
As a lawyer, I wore my
Yes.
hair natural
Absolutely. And
because
let's not
that
talk
was,
about the judge, right?
oh, yes.
Yeah. Who told Erica face to face, it is because of you that my hair is locked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
must be so major for
So,
her to hear that.
oh, it so is. And she's so humble and so amazing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It goes right to your heart because imagery, Meredith, is everything. And I think sometimes we take light of that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a big deal, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that is how we get to see ourselves. That's how we get to imagine in real time. You see it, you have that
A point of
um
reference.
that looks just like you.
Yep.
And
I
how
agree.
beautiful is that? So imagery is everything. It's impactful. It makes you smile, right? It's something that you could actually achieve.
But for me, I was just 20, I think I was 22 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
I was newly married.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a baby.
Yeah.
So all of this was new to me. I came from working at Prudential Securities,
Yeah.
working on a financial institution, Wall
Mhm.
Street, Wall Street, Wall Street,
Yep.
and seeing just one group of people and this, and the other group of people that looked like me, they only
Yeah.
worked in the mailroom. So when
Yeah.
I saw these guys were executives and they had offices. They were coming in with suits. They were
They
coming in with
sure were, Meredith. They
briefcase. They
sure
were
were.
sharp, and
They sure were.
they were contributing to their communities. They were
Yeah.
doing things. They were men of God. They were
Mhm.
going to service. They were activities. They were playing ball. And this was
Yeah.
the time when Halle Berry was just coming out and
Yes.
all
Yes.
of those phenomenal 90s, Aaliyah, all of this is what I grew up with and seeing
Yeah.
just beautiful, gorgeous, drop dead, gorgeous, light brown, all shades of
Yeah.
beautiful black people. But
Yes.
that
Yeah.
wasn't only that for me that really impressed me with you and Nalaja. What really impressed me with you and Nalaja was the community of other Black beauty experts that you
Yeah.
guys, Adamola Mandela,
Oh
um,
my God. That was
and
such an era. He is a
Diane,
full moment. Diane DaCosta, Diane
yes,
Bailey. Yeah.
Diane Bailey,
Yeah.
everyone. And you all had your own shops. We're all doing hair,
Absolutely.
and not one of you were so competitive with each other that said we're not helping each other. I
Not at all.
never seen anything
Not
like
at
that.
all. A matter of fact, if you remember, I bought the salon from Tulani Kennard, my idol, my mentor, right?
Can you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
That was her second
let
salon.
let me tell you the other thing that was so memorable for me that I think it became life-changing. And again, I don't want to spaz out, but you guys literally, so before the Crown Act is what it is today, you guys, when David Dinkins was mayor, we were at Gracie Mansion.
Yes.
You guys did this whole, all of us stand in to say the importance why black hair has to be taught in
Yes.
these beauty schools. And I remember there was a little bit of controversy over it, saying that, oh, maybe it's not gonna be good because what if people lose their jobs? This is how they make a living. And you guys were very adamant. This is not about them losing their jobs, but it's
Right.
about them being proficient at their job and not
Absolutely. And
impacting
empowerment.
public health. And
Yeah.
so people can take you serious for what you do. And I remember that. And I still got to find that picture because I know press wasn't
Please
there.
find it. Please.
I
I would
am going
love
to
to
find
see
it.
that.
And the other thing that was fascinating about that time period for me was the one of the women that worked for the mayor's office was a black woman, was coming to get her hair done with you.
Yes, she was. Yes, she
Like
was.
this
Yeah.
is the community. We were in
Yeah.
Prospect Heights,
Yeah.
borderline Park Slope,
Yes.
Bed-Stuy. We
Yes.
were Red Hook. We were all coming from
Yeah.
different parts of Brooklyn and
Yeah.
showing the best of us and the
Yeah.
beauty and the diversity. And I do have to say, I had a nickname for you guys for the salon. I called it the Warren Trachome of Black Hair Beauty.
Love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You
Because you
know,
guys were charging what people would be like, that's ridiculous.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Warren Chacomey, nobody complained that they were charging
Not at
five,
all.
six,
And
seven,
here's the
eight, nine
thing,
hundred
our clients
dollars.
didn't complain either. They did not
None,
complain either. And I'm going to
no
tell you
one.
the last question a client would ask is how much?
All they
That's the
cared
last
was,
question they would ask if they asked it because they had already done their research.
yep,
They were already committed to healthy hair care.
yep,
And that's exactly what they wanted. That's exactly what they got.
yep.
In a space that was safe, it was reflective of them
Hmm.
because they saw themselves in a certain way. Coming to the salon was representative of that. And it was just a good time,
Hmm.
steeped in healthy hair care
Completely,
at the core,
completely. There
right?
was no
So it was
anything
never only
extra.
about looks. You were going to be fly. That was not a
Oh,
question. But at the same time, we're going to talk about some healthy hair care. We're going to talk about some maintenance, and we're going to talk about how we can incorporate your whole body care into this thing we call hair care,
But it's
right?
interesting because I don't recall anyone of your clients
Hmm.
that had edge issues.
Never, never.
In the over 30 years that I've known you,
Yes.
no one came in and had edges and then they lost it in the process of working with you.
No.
It was probably the
No.
other way around where
Yes.
people came in and you would just say, this might not be good. And I remember
Yes.
because Nalaja and you would talk about the alopecia. Let's take a
Yes.
look, make sure that everybody is doing okay before
Yes.
you would even touch their hair
Absolutely.
because you cared about more of their how they were feeling
Yeah.
internally, eating,
Yes.
drinking, and how is your diet and what's going on. The other famous person that I remember is Nancy. Nalaja used to cut her hair. Spike Lee's cousin,
Yes. Yes.
his aunt.
Yes.
I used to go to Nancy's house to do her
Yeah.
hair, to do her
Yeah.
nails.
Nails. Yeah.
Like this would be the kind of people
Yeah.
that we would get. She was a professor at a
Yes.
university, and I was like,
Yeah.
who are these phenomenal
We're
people?
not even talking about New York Undercover, SWV, and all the people just walked in off the cuff. Just
Yes,
walked in off the cuff, right?
yes.
And so that was, and it wasn't even anything where we were shocked because that was just a mainstay, right? I don't
Hmm.
even think, and I have told some of my clients this. It was because of them that I was able to have my girls in great schools, to even know how to manage. You were 22, I probably was the same age.
Yep,
Newly married, just
yep,
had a kid,
yep.
didn't know anything about school. But
Yes.
because my clients were so they had a certain socioeconomic level, they were already doing the things. They already had
Yep.
OPAs and they were already in these amazing schools. What the hell did I know?
Right.
So if you sat in my chair that time, it's like, oh my
Yep.
God, my daughter's going to school.
Yep.
How can I get her into school?
Yep.
And I had one woman, and I love telling the story because she had to be an angel. She sat in my chair and same spiel. Oh my God, my daughter's going to school. What do I do? And she says, what school do you want her to go to? I gave her two schools, two of the top schools. She called the principal in the chair. That day, Nia got into school. That day. She studied over the summer. September, she went to school.
Wow.
Just like that.
And something similar happened to me too, because when we moved to where we are, my oldest, Demore, was ready to go to,
Yeah.
I think, junior high school. I
Yeah.
think it was junior high school, and it was PS 11 or something like that. Your Reverend Dortry, his daughter was the principal
Yes.
of that school.
Yes.
And I didn't want my kid to go to this other school because I was just a little bit too
Yes.
nervous because his personality was a little bit more
Yeah.
laid back. And I'm like, this might not be a good thing. And I said, I'd like to get him into this school. She says, I really can't because there's no more room and whatever
Right.
else. But if somebody doesn't show up, we'll do it. And then I said, okay, but she says, I'll call you. And honey, I made it my point to go there every day. And she says, is he in school? I said, no, I'm waiting for
Yeah.
that space. And
That's
she goes,
it.
what?
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
sure enough, somebody didn't show up and my son took the spot. But let me tell you how I learned about community
Yeah.
with you guys. When my son started getting to his teenage year, he started to act a little,
And you're
oh,
talking about 113, by the way,
yes, 113,
because that's where Nia
113.
went as well.
And they literally said to me, oh, so you're acting up? Do you know what your mother had to do to get you into the
Yeah.
school?
Yeah.
Like that's the level of
Absolutely.
powerhouses that were coming
Absolutely.
into your salon, into
Yeah.
the community. But now let's speed it up. We were with people like Lisa Price,
Yes, we were.
Carol's daughter. We were doing the
Yeah.
African Street Festival when it was
Yes. You know,
on
I
Boys
sold
and
her products for
Girls.
some time.
Huh?
I sold her products for some time.
Yes, this
I
is what
sold her
I'm
products for some
seeing.
time. Yeah.
We had a community of
Yeah.
growing and doing things together, so there was no competition. The
Absolutely
thing
not.
is, your success was my success, and my success was your success. And
Absolutely,
so
Meredith.
we had Lisa Price, Carol's daughter. Then we had Diane Hendy that came into the salon, got the manicure, pedicure, wrote the article about us, and wrote about you. And then all of a sudden, we're doing photo shoots. We're literally
Absolutely.
doing photo shoots. Remember when, what was that movie with oh my God, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover
Yeah.
was, oh my God, well, why am I blanking out? So, oh my God, we were on set with the daughter doing her hair and makeup and nails,
Yeah.
and Diane just kept us going. We went
Yeah.
to Bonaire, West Indies.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Meredith, that was such, working with Diane Hindi was such, it was such an amazing thing because she was a ball buster. And she was a ball buster because, again, she wanted beyond the bar of excellence,
absolutely.
right? And you saw it at every turn. The shoots were always amazing,
Amazing.
right? The editorial, the makeup,
It
obviously
was
we're
about
doing the hair, you're
perfection.
doing the nails. Perfection for sure.
Because there was that retouching, that was too expensive to do. So you better
Absolutely.
be good
You get
at
it right
what
the
you
first
do.
time. You get it right the first time.
Yep.
I often think back how things are so different now because when we did the photo shoots, we're doing hair on location.
Oh yeah.
And so uh, it could go for as long,
And you
right?
did it until it got done.
Until it got done.
And that was the
That's
life
it.
that we had.
Oh
So
my
Deb,
God, Meredith.
so this is
This
what
is probably the first place where I don't have a bed. Every place, even though I lived around the corner on when we were
because
at
you
Red
did all
Salon at some
nighters.
point, all nighters.
Yeah. And
I
you had
just
clients
had
of all races that
yeah,
will come to you for
yeah,
hair care.
yeah,
And then now you have products
yes, yes,
all giving birth from what was there, what you started as
yeah.
a little girl, just wanting to make women feel gorgeous.
Isn't that something, Meredith? And I was so passionate about it, right? It's
Hmm.
so true to the game that you remember a comp card, right? For those who don't know what a
Oh,
comp card is, when you want to get into the industry, that is your calling card. And
absolutely.
we knew as an insider that if you did not have other on your card, there's
Yep.
no way you could have an all black card.
No.
It better be all white. I
Yep.
don't care what industry you're in, whether you're a manicurist, whether you're
Hmm.
a hairstylist. And here I am as a natural hairstylist, so I'm all the way on the outside.
Hmm.
I refuse. I refuse. And so, did that hurt my business? I suspect it did
I don't think so.
because unfortunately, the industry is so narrow minded that I guess the assumption was that you can only do that type of hair. But
Which
here's the
is
thing,
completely the opposite.
absolutely, because
Completely the
we
opposite.
know that our women and men range from straight all the way to the other level to Z pattern. So, in fact, you can do it all.
Yep.
But if you're just doing straight hair for Caucasian women or those other people that have straight hair,
Hmm. They didn't know.
and
And
that is
that's, but Deborah, the reality is we knew this when we would go backstage for New York Fashion Week.
come
They would
on.
have 3 and 4 people doing one person's head to do a braid that you were doing in your sleep while
Come on.
nursing a baby and
Come on.
painting and doing everything else. But it wasn't us being hired.
Right.
It
Exactly.
wasn't us being hired. And thus,
Exactly.
this was why, for me, it was a natural progression for me to want to create World Bride magazine because I knew
Yeah.
what we were capable of. And you were able to beat Lyris's head to the
Wasn't that
ground.
such a good
Oh my
shoot,
God. And you know,
Meredith?
this was one of my best, and it's the first plus size.
I
And then
love it.
look at us when we went to Curacao and
Love
you
it.
did the same thing.
Love it.
Like it was
That
just,
Both of those shoots were so well done, from hair to makeup to the garment,
Hmm.
obviously the wedding gown. The other one is when we did the crown jewels.
Oh, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? She has freckles.
We were honoring the Gilded Age when all of this,
Yes,
another curvy
yes,
girl and freckled,
yes,
light skin, beautiful. And we
yes.
did it at the Arlo Hotel.
Yes, we did.
At the
Yes, we
Arlo
did.
Hotel.
And the
Woo!
jewelry. Who was the jeweler? Because it was some
It was so
guarded
many
sort of
different,
jewelry.
um, oh my God.
I want to say Harry Winston at this point.
I think we had some Harry Winston, we had Mickey Moto,
Yeah.
and we had
Yes, we did.
and
Because they
what's the
came with
name?
the little chain, the thing
Honey,
on their wrist.
security came, everything.
Yes.
We got so many
Yeah. Yeah.
phenomenal people that saw what we were doing on a bigger level
Yeah.
and said, I want to be a part of this. You know, and for me, I had Piaget. I had, oh my God, what
Yes.
was the big jeweler? Jacob the jeweler.
Yes. Yeah.
Jacob the
Yep.
jeweler came and supported us. And
Yes.
so for me, I want people to know who you are. Not just, oh yeah, she's a hairstylist. No,
Yeah.
she's a hair care stylist. You
Yeah.
know, to the point that I took my daughter to get her braids
Yeah.
with you.
Yes.
Then for me to see that my daughter now is just as protective with her daughter about hair,
Yes.
but that's
Yes.
because she saw women that look like her take
Yeah.
care of, you know. So Deb, now I want to talk about International I Love Braids Day that you have. How long have you been doing this, and what was the inspiration behind this, and what is the mission?
Okay. So I have been doing this. This is our 10th year, Meredith.
Happy
Our 10th
anniversary!
year of International I Love Braids Day. What
Mhm.
was the catalyst? Oddly enough, I have my best thinking time while I'm braiding, right? And so
Mhm.
I'm literally braiding, and this idea, God gave it to me complete
Mhm.
from beginning to end. The
Mhm.
name, what it's going to do, and the impact that it should have, right? The inspiration obviously is from my passion, my love, my wanting to have women feel, and men, our community feel amazing with the hair that God gave them, right? So
Mm.
whether they choose to wear their hair natural or
Mhm.
braided or twisted or
Mhm.
locked, I always saw it as
Mhm.
beautiful, always. And so this event is about the beauty, the culture, the history, and the design of braids. Very intentional. And so when you come, it's
Mhm.
a full celebration that you can be in a place that is representative of you, that's
Mhm.
celebrating you
Mhm. And I
in
love.
all of its fanfare, in all of its glory, in
Mhm.
all of its regalia, right? Because we really show out.
Oh, honey, you have
We
fashion
really
show, there's
show out.
food, there's things for
Yeah.
children.
Yes.
You and I remember you brought in Sonia who came in and did about her cancer journey. You have
Yes. Yes.
workshops with
Yes.
people to make people feel beautiful at any
Yes.
stage of their lives and to know that being natural is okay. We don't have to
Yeah.
have
It's better
all
than okay, right? It is
we don't
better
need to
than
have the extra
okay.
added stuff,
You
you know,
don't.
and how has been the response of the community to this? I mean, 10 years says a lot, but tell me.
10 years does say a lot, right? So we have people that can't stay with something for a month. I've done it for 10 years. And I will tell you, although I've picked up people along the way that say, I understand and see what you're doing. I want to help you. I want to join you.
I love that.
Um, the impact has been amazing. So when you come to International I Love Braids Day and you have I Love Braids Day and you have the Braid Love Celebration, right? Which is where you see all of the hair show and the
Hmm.
stage presentation and the stilt walker and the live music, and it's outside. International I Love Braids Day is the official day of celebration. It is a little bit more intimate. It's filled with classes. It's filled with, some light bites and champagne because we're in full celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And you still have that fashion show,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, what's impactful to me is that you see complete families.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
see the grandma, the granddad, the children, the father, the mother. I am so honored that it is an event in this day and time that you can actually bring your whole family
To an event
to an event.
that not
And guess
people are not
what,
going to be
Myrdith?
uncomfortable.
It's free. It is free. And that was from the inception. That was always what I wanted it to be because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want it to be anything that would stop you from being able to come. You have enough things to worry about.
Yeah. Just
Coming
come
to
and
see
enjoy.
yourself or feel good about yourself,
Yeah.
I always wanted to keep that free. But here's the thing, either I'm going to pay for it out of my pocket, which OM has done, or I'm going to have amazing sponsors. And so my ask is that join me in helping our community to be amazing. And the wonderful thing about how this has morphed, because as I know better, I pass that on to my clients and now the people
Right.
that come to International I Love Braids Day. We have a whole health component that is outstanding. And you talked about it a little bit with Sonia. We have New York Presbyterian Hospital, which is a big sponsor this year. And so we'll have a health booth. And so you'll be able to talk about a number of different things. We have the crown neck coming down. We have so many different pieces and parts that makes the whole, right? Because now my trajectory is talking about hair wellness. We've gone
Right.
beyond hair care,
Right.
right? Now it's hair wellness, and hair
Right.
wellness is the complete and total hair, body, mind, spirit. Right. So whether it's talking about mental health and all the
Mm-hmm.
components that make us a complete person,
Mm-hmm.
International I Love Braids Day is that call. And I'm so proud.
And you should be. And one of the things, the reason why me, Worldwide Magazine, wanted to be a media partner and encouraged, because one of the reasons why women have hair loss is is stress.
Absolutely.
Besides just having skin problems, a skin disorder, and bad eating, it comes from stress. And planning one's wedding, entering into another chapter in one's life can be very stressful if not planned accordingly. And
Yes.
the first thing that tends to go is you start losing your hair. And I was watching the story of the Madam C.J. Walker, Joy Goddess,
That
and
was such a
just
powerful
oh
story,
my
Meredith.
God. And how she got started, because
My
she wanted to
God.
heal the problems that
Yeah.
Black women were having because of poor living condition, lack of water, unable to wash their hair on a regular basis,
Yeah.
living under the condition that they lived in. So she created a solution and built an empire that
She
didn't
did.
only satisfy her, but it provided jobs for women. It provided jobs for their families and everything
Yes.
else. And then she, in turn, turned around and took care of the community. And
She sure did, Meredith.
she,
She sure did.
and her
And
great
such
granddaughter
a
is still doing it.
absolutely. Absolutely. That is, if you want to be inspired, if you want to see someone that was there for the long story,
Hmm.
right? They didn't jump in and jump out when times got hard. They were there for the long
Yeah.
haul because that's the game that we're in now, for the long haul. If you want to have an impact in your community and if your community matters to you, which my community has always mattered to me.
And I know that, and I'm gonna connect some dots. So when she built the mansion upstate New York, which wasn't too far from Villa Lenore, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and not too far from where the Vanderbilts lived and the
Yes.
Rockefellers and all have their second homes. And
Yes.
she had a Black architect
She sure
design it and
did.
build it. But let me tell you what she said. She wanted it to be in front of the road. So if anybody drove by, they can see it and they can see the Black excellence.
Yeah.
And that is my connection to you and Red Salon, that
Yeah.
you were on a main street, Vanderbilt
Yeah.
Avenue, two-way street, and you had this amazing salon with this big red painting of a Black woman in her glory. Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time, Meredith. I
yeah.
get such fond memories. And again, in this purity of love of people, my people, your people, and making them feel good and proud, right?
Absolutely.
Because this hair that God gave us is majestic. And I just
It
wanted people to
defies
understand
gravity.
that. It absolutely does, right? God gave us hair that whichever way you decide to wear it, that's your business, and you have
Mhm.
that right to, right? I just wanted people to love themselves, to come into a space that honored them and took care of them in a way that was befitting of a queen and a king, right? Because
Oh,
that's how I saw
absolutely.
everyone that came in.
And I love seeing just the evolution of your business, that it continues to grow. And I love it's a family business because your
Yeah,
family, your husband, your daughters are very much involved and in supporting and making sure that you execute your vision. And your
yeah.
mom was very much
She was. She was my
involved.
biggest cheerleader, Meredith. She
Absolutely.
was my biggest cheerleader. I mean, I don't
She
know
made,
anybody that carried cards and she would be on the bus or walking.
yep.
You want your hair done? My mother was that girl.
And she took
Oh,
care of
she
all
was
of
so
us the same
proud.
way.
Yes, she did.
All of us, anybody that
She
worked with
did.
you, she nurtured us. She made sure we were good and wanted
Yeah.
all of us to succeed and so on. And so
Yeah.
for me, I think that you continue the legacy, her legacy, by continuing to take care of the community. Because what's the date? That's one thing you didn't say. What is the date of the International I Love Braids Day, and when is it going to happen, and how can people find out about it?
Thank you, Meredith. So, the Braid Love Celebration, which is always an outdoor celebration, this year
Hmm.
will be held at Restoration Plaza,
Hmm.
July 25th. And that will be from
Restoration Plaza in New York, Brooklyn, New
Restoration
York.
Plaza in the heart of Bed-Stuy, my
Hmm.
love. 1360 Fulton Street. You just
Hmm.
have to register. Registration is important because we have lots of giveaways and lots of things that,
Hmm.
although you don't have to pay, we want to make sure that we can reach out to you in the future. So registration is important.
Hmm.
Now, the official International I Love Braids Day, the more intimate celebration, is always July 29th. And this year it falls on a Wednesday. And that will be held at New York Beauty Suites. More details coming. And this
Wonderful.
year we've added a relax and release. So we have braids at the beach.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. So that's on Sunday the 26th. So it is
Of what
just
month?
of July. So
Fantastic.
we have July 25th, which is a Saturday for the Braid Love celebration.
Hmm.
We have Sunday, July 26th, which is at Reese Beach. And we have July 29th, which is held at New York Beauty Suites. Don't have the time yet. That is a fee. We have to be able to continue this. And so being able to raise funds for ourselves is
Yes.
necessary. So that will have a fee attached to it. Um, and again, that's on Wednesdays, the 29th of July.
And this is open to the public. Professionals can come, everyday people
Absolutely.
everywhere, right?
Absolutely. So my website, which is Oh My Heavenly Hair, as an OH, My Heavenly Hair, if you hit the drop down link of happening, that's what it's under, everything will appear. So you can see what International I Love Braids Day is about. You can also register. And again, registration is free, but it is required because you trust me, you want that band. You want the band because that band is going to be an opportunity to get many
I
things.
love that. Thank
Yeah,
you so much, Deborah,
you're
and thanks for
welcome.
giving the information. We're going to make sure that we have it out and on our website because that's an activity and happy anniversary. So we would definitely love to support you for your anniversary because it's
You
also
know,
our
you have
20th
always been a
anniversary.
great supporter, so I want to say thank you to that. I
Absolutely.
would be remiss if I did not mention my other passion, which is the Natural Hairstyle and Braid Coalition. That is how I continue the advocacy. Um, that is how actually I'm able to continue International I Love Braids Day. They're a big part of it as well. You'll get to meet them and really find out the 911, the 411 of what's actually happening in the natural hair industry. We are there on the ground
Yeah.
fighting to keep our license. New York is a licensed state. And so that doesn't happen by itself. We're
No.
there on the ground making sure that we maintain our license, but also making sure that it is a health and safety commitment.
Yes.
So,
And that's the important part. And we want our brides to open their horizon and all understand that there's so many well-trained people out there that can do natural hair and know how to do it and make you look glorious on your
yeah,
wedding day.
yeah. What's the key, Meredith? The key is to make sure that they have their license because there are so many
Yep,
people in the industry. And braids, I think everybody can braid, right? And there are
absolutely.
some people that can do some amazing things. However, understanding the science
Mm-hmm.
of hair
Mm-hmm.
is where that skill will change, right?
Yes,
And so that license, it does matter. It's an
absolutely.
element of education that you don't understand if you haven't gone to school. So you don't know what you don't know.
Right, right.
Right.
And it's
So
not just a hobby. This is your profession.
this is
And
my
this is how
profession that has
people,
allowed me to do a plethora of
yep,
things. I
yep,
see myself as the tree trunk with all the branches, right? Because I've done so many things that I'm proud of.
yeah. And
Yet
you
and
should
still, I
be.
say that I'm a braider because that to me is where my power, that is my superpower. That
That's
is my
beautiful.
superpower. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Deborah.
You're
This has
welcome,
been
Meredith.
amazing going down memory lane. And I'm waiting for your book to come out because I think it would be amazing just to read the journey, that it's more than just hair, you know,
Yeah, it's more than
and
just hair, babe.
yeah, it's so much bigger. And how a woman feels is definitely um it's based on how she feels about her hair, whether she's losing it
Yeah.
or wants to add on to it, it will
Yeah.
make and break her. And I
It
interviewed,
will, Meredith.
it
You know,
totally
India Arie
does.
said, I am not my hair, but in actuality, we are because that's what people put on us. They
Hmm.
judge us by it.
Yep,
They think we're pretty or not. They think that we're deserving or not. And a
yep.
lot of it is based on appearance in our hair.
Yep. I interviewed a
Yeah.
doctor about it, and he talked about hair loss for men and people going outside of the country to go get
Transplants,
surgery and the
absolutely.
impact that it's having on the medical crisis for people that are coming back and
Oh,
why they need
no.
to find qualified things. So when people talk about hair braiding, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
You need to
Meredith.
find licensed, trained people that know
Yes,
your hair, understand your texture, and understand that this is not just because you knew how to braid your doll's hair that makes you a professional. No, it's
absolutely.
deeper than
Absolutely.
that.
I'm so glad you said that. It is important. Education is important.
Absolutely.
Health and safety is important. And so when you sit in the chair and back in the day, you would never let just anybody touch your hair. I don't know how we have or how we have arrived here with letting anybody touch your hair because that's where your power stems from.
Yep. And
Right.
that's what you've changed. So you've made us
Yeah.
feel beautiful about it. So thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome, Meredith. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my Deborah Hare-Bey. OMHH. Oh, my heavenly hair.
Yes.
Please get to know her, follow her on all her Instagram. And hey, what is your Instagram?
So for the salon is underscore OMHH Red Room, harking
Mm-hmm.
back to Red Salon, even
Mm-hmm.
though we're old. And then for International I Love Braids Day, it's the abbreviation of INTL, I Love Braids Day, BLC.
Perfect. Well, there you
Yeah.
have it, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned and let's keep supporting the beauty of all races and culture and celebrating the International I Love Braids Day. Mwah.
Thank you, Meredith.
You're welcome.